Alright, before we get started with this video, I just wanted to say, I know there's probably, a million videos covering the same topic of, oh, here are the theories, and here's all the things we got from this game. But just know that I've been planning to do this from the start, and two, I haven't actually watched any of those videos. So, if my ideas seem to be the same as another person's ideas, it's not because I stole them. I promise you that's just a coincidence. So yeah, before we get started, just wanted to let you know these are my personal thoughts, personal opinions. If you don't agree with them, that's fine. Please tell me your own theories, suggestions, and any other Easter eggs I missed in the comment section down below. So this is Security Breach, Fury's Rage, and we're just going to play through it, and I'm just going to make little comments as we play through the game, and I'll kind of elaborate on some things. So let's go ahead and get into it. So it starts with selecting a fighter, and it's one thing I did want to talk about is the voices. I'll leave a voice clip of Freddy's voice here.
Right choice.
So as you can see, that is quite different from this voice clip.
Gregory, be still. I think she's found us.
Which we assumed to be Freddy's from the very, very first Security Breach teaser trailer. And so here's Monty's.
High protein, low fat.
And here's what we assume most people think Monty's voice sounds like.
You will do as I say. You will bring me what I want.
From the newest Security Breach trailer. So
This place apart.
that's definitely something interesting. So as we begin our journey here through this game, we can see already a couple things. Parts and service, you can see over here. It says, sorry, we're open, best pizza here. It says animatronic restoration. It's a little hard to see. You see snacks and games is right there. And it takes you underground. So that's kind of, I wonder if that's a reference to sister location or something. You have Security SE right here in the background. I don't know what Security SE could mean. Security section, security session, security, any word that has S and E in it. Like I said, don't know what that could mean. The enemies, a lot of the enemies, not all of them, but most of the enemies are from FNAF AR, Special Delivery, which is cool. That he's kind of bringing some of those characters back. It's nothing too special on that screen. Here's an arcade. Here's an arcade area. And as you can see, right next to the arcade is a purple car. So, obviously, I think that's probably a reference to Fredbear's. And the purple car, of course, is Purple Guy's car, William Afton. And this is more or less a reference to the FNAF 2 and 6 mini-games where the puppet child Charlie is killed outside of a Fredbear's. Or Freddy's. I don't really know which one, but I think that's kind of the idea there. Which makes me wonder if this is actually the street that Fredbear's Family Diner is on, or if this is a completely different thing, maybe an area in the Pizzaplex, who knows, or maybe it could just be something for the game itself. Not too sure. We come up on a little bit of an Easter egg here. It's a little hard to see, so I'll show it when we talk about the boss. So, as far as evidence for this being an area in the Pizzaplex, you have, the animatronic restoration area and parts and service, which are, animatronic repair stations. Snacks and games is, obviously would be an area inside a pizzeria. Arcade would be an area inside them. Those are all areas I could see being inside the mall, or inside the Pizzaplex. I don't know. Or maybe this is where we're going to be walking up to get into the Pizzaplex. I don't know. Right here in the background, you can see burgers and fries, which is a reference to Five Nights at Candy's. And we got ourselves a look at some new characters. Two of three new characters. The VR Sisters. Which, in my opinion, would make total sense in a game like Security Breach. I could see these guys being mascots for like, because like arcades nowadays have like a lot of like VR arcade machines. So maybe these VR sisters, if we do see them in the actual game, will be mascots for the VR section of the game. So I think that would be a really interesting idea if that is the case. If not, I don't know.
Right choice.
So we're gonna start here in this area, which looks a lot like, and I'll show the picture up on screen right now. Looks a lot like the FNAF 6 teaser that we got a long time ago that came in the Freddy files. That was Circus Baby standing in what looked to be some abandoned building or something with a clown poster that looks very similar to the one you can see right there that says Smile. This looks like that same area. In the background you see Lally's Lollies, you see a gas tank, and you see a tire. So, I'll get into that, what that could be in a second. It says Bonnie was here, right there. So it's possible that Bonnie could be in Security Breach if Bonnie was here. I mean, that's just an interesting thing. Eat your vegetables. I don't know what it means. A cake is a lie. But right here, right next to the clown poster, is a pill, which is an odd detail for certain, but definitely a reference to FNAF 4 and the pills on the side of the bed. It's just weird that it would be in a very heavily FNAF 6 based level. In the background over there, you can see some construction workers, and you can see a circus. So, I'm gonna make the claim. I did not mean to activate Scott there, but if you haven't seen that, there you go. So I'm gonna make the claim that possibly, very possibly, the circus in the background of this level is Circus Baby's Pizza World. I don't think that would be too much of a stretch to say. And of course it says circus in the background, you know. You got more FNAF AR enemies. You got like Clown Springtrap here. So, and he's actually not changed at all from his like original design, because all of these are stylized to a degree except him. He is basically just like Clown Springtrap, but exactly in this art style, a one-to-one recreation, which is really interesting. So yeah, there's a lot of gas tanks around. I don't know if you can see it. There are a lot of these gas tanks around, which is really interesting. FNAF is not dead, animatronics for life. We're outside of this abandoned building. I don't think this building's probably doesn't have any importance. But what you're about to see next is about to be pretty interesting. So as we beat up these Chica thugs, Thug Life Chica, as we move on to the next section, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get to see, we kind of get to see a little more of the background there, and you start to see what looks like a character over here. And you'll get to see who that is in a second if you haven't already. Most of you that are watching this have probably seen this game. Probably to its like full extent. So, but if you haven't, here's a preview of the game, just a little gameplay while I am talking about some of the background things. And as we move a little further, you can see that this is actually William Afton, next to some tires, next to some things, and next to the burned down FNAF 6 location, or what I can only assume to be that he's laying on, which is really weird. Very interesting, actually. So this is obviously FNAF 6, and possibly the location of sister location as well. So that's really weird, but kind of cool at the same time. As far as any theories, I mean, the only theory I really have for this is that there are a lot of tires around, there's a lot of tires around, and there's a lot of gas tanks. So basically, just a theory of, oh hey, the FNAF 6 fire was set, you know, was triggered by getting some gas tanks, blowing up one of the gas tanks, having the place burned down, and having all the tires around the place. And those tires would be able, like, would burn really easily, and they would burn down the location. But other than that, not a lot of theories. As you can see, the boss here is a reference to Souldozer from FNAF World and from Scott's previous game, The Pilgrim's Progress. And with that, level 2 is complete. So yeah, I mean, a lot of weird things. Possibly the FNAF 6 teaser location, Circus Baby's Pizza World. You get to see Afton in the background. So just a lot of interesting stuff. Lally's Lollies and the Pill Graffiti. Very, very FNAF 6 oriented, but also very, very FNAF sister location oriented. But even a little bit of FNAF 4 in there shoved, you know, just in there as well. So as you can see here, this is reminiscent, to me at least, of the first teaser of the Security Breach game that we ever got, the very first teaser, where we didn't know who any of the characters were. And this looks like the stairs. I'll flash a picture up right now. There were stairs around the place that could take you to like a second level, and this looks exactly like that. This looks like the other side of that one. As you can see, something of note here is that the puppet is appearing as an enemy in a new design, mind you. So it could be possible that the puppet returns as a character in this game. You can also see right in the background, you see Bonnie's guitar and a puppet box. You also see Roxanne's keytar, so that's pretty cool. As we go in here, this looks like just some food place. I don't know, just some food register area. The VR sisters return in this level, which makes me think even more that they are going to play a role in the actual game. These VR sisters would be pretty cool to see, and would definitely give merit to as to why that that Freddy skin that I ranted about way long time ago, that VR toy Freddy skin, why that actually got released, because it was in the end a teaser for Security Breach. So if these VR sisters do make it into the final game, that'll be really cool. So I hope they do. Continuing on here, we just get to see more of the Security Breach location. If you're wondering what it says on the banner up there, it's saying "Let's get funky," which I don't want to jump to too many conclusions, but possibly, you know, each Chica has their own like "Let's do this" catchphrase. So Chica's is "Let's eat," Nightmare or Toy Chica's is "Let's party." You get the idea. So could it be possible that Glamrock Chica's is "Let's get funky"? That'd be pretty funny. Right here you see Pizza Paradise, which is interesting, but could also, in my opinion, be either the entrance to the location itself, or an entrance to the first level's area, if the first level is actually part of the Security Breach Mall, because, you know, like, amusement parks and stuff will have, or like, you know, there's like hotels in Vegas that look like they're outside, but they're like actually inside. So like the walls are painted and you get the idea. So Pizza Paradise could actually, that could be kind of the entrance to that area that we see in the first level with the animatronic restoration, the burgers and fries with the pizza, just a little lane to walk down, arcade games, just to get a little 80s nostalgia in your experience at Freddy's. And this room is actually the boss room with Mega Brow, who is a reference to Brow Boy from FNAF World. As we see, the puppet is just running amok, which is interesting that the puppet is like one of the only other, like, other enemies appear, but the puppet is the one that appears the most. Again, giving more merit to the idea that the puppet will, in fact, make a return in Security Breach. Whether as a protagonist or an antagonist, I'm actually not too sure. All I know is this Brow Boy is terrifying, and I want to, like, murder it as fast as I can, because it is freaking me out. Alright. There you go. There's level 3 done. That one's an absolute nightmare. Now we're on to level 4. Now this is pretty important. At least it looks pretty important. So, as you can see, we are... If it will load... So as you can see, we are in a little factory. Almost looks like some of these underground shots from the Security Breach trailer, so I almost wonder if that's where we are. You can see Chica's body parts like on the line. Almost looks like a toy Chica body part and a Glamrock Chica body part. You get some animatronic like limbs and things going right down that conveyor belt. So that's interesting. Got some frost bear enemies to deal with. So as we go along, we see like Circus Baby in an incubator looking thing. I don't know if you can see that all too well. You really can't. I'm standing in front of it. I'll zoom in for you. There's like Circus Baby in this like animatronic incubator looking, like either that or like a cloning machine, which definitely takes me back to the Cliff's epilogue where basically Circus Baby's endoskeleton came back and like was the thing holding the Afton amalgamation together. So I almost wonder if Vanny or maybe somebody else actually revived Circus Baby through the skeleton, like using this machine or something. That's definitely a possible theory. So yeah, that's definitely weird. You got a lot more FNAF AR enemies going on. You got Frost Bear, you got Radioactive Foxy. Some pretty neat stuff. Clown Springtrap, which we're gonna punch the crap out of. That's definitely the one thing. And of course, this poses the question because there's like a lot of Glamrock Chica bodies in the background. Are there going to be multiple, like, are we going to see more than one Glamrock Chica, Glamrock Freddy, Glamrock Monty, Glamrock Roxanne? Are we going to see those in, like, multiple versions of them in Security Breach? I think we will. There's definitely a high chance, especially with the destroyed one in the back room, like you see, and the other one. Alright, so we get the puppet back. I hate this puppet enemy. Screw this puppet enemy. But hey, the fact that the puppet enemy is one of the hardest to deal with definitely also gives merit to her return in being one of the more difficult characters to overcome. Always has been. Especially in FNAF 2. So yeah. We're gonna walk. We're gonna power walk ourselves over to the next room and the final boss fight against Vanny. So that's definitely a thing to note, is that the final boss is Vanny. I mean, definitely an important detail, I would say. So we know that she's obviously going to be the big bad of Security Breach. Or do we? We'll get into that in a second. This boss is kind of easy to cheese, though. You just stand over her body when she falls down and keep punching, and it just does the work for you, basically. It's pretty funny. It's actually kind of fun, though. No. If you have to use a few specials, you just have to use a few specials. Vanny's attack is that she throws knives at you. I can almost hear the... I'm pretty sure the music for fighting against her is a remix of 240 bits per minute, which is the purple... It's the mini game where you're racing with the purple car in FNAF 6, Midnight Motorist. So that's definitely interesting, because I can hear the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And with that, our little game and our little chat is nearly complete. There's actually a 5th level. I'm not going to play it. Credit to DarkTaurus, because I just can't. So this says, the day was won and the menace was defeated, but what was the ultimate goal of the battle? Our heroes worried that it was all a distraction. Despite the dark days and uncertain times, they remained hopeful that the good things were on the horizon. To be continued. So about that, what if what was the ultimate goal of the battle? Our heroes worry that it was all a distraction. Could that line mean that Vanny is actually not the antagonist of Security Breach? Or she'll be a side antagonist to another thing? If that is the case, my guess is that she will be the side character to, or she will be the kind of side villain to the Afton amalgamation that we've been seeing kind of construct itself in the books, and that we're going to try maybe fight a 15-foot trash rabbit in Security Breach. Who knows? Maybe not, maybe so. But yeah, so that was that. So obviously there's a level 5 if you go to hard mode. I'm not going to play through all of hard mode, because it's exactly the same except this final level. So credit to DarkTaurus for the footage. I'll have his linked in the description below if you want to check him out. But we have ourselves a couple things. So number 1 is that this level is in space. Number 2 is that it would be really hard to like zoom in on all these things, because there's just a lot. There's a lot to zoom in on. But if you look carefully on all the screens, you can see there are screenshots from the first game, the second game, like from sister location, from 6. So yeah, it's a weird space level with all these screenshots. But the big thing is the boss. Now let me show you a picture of the boss right here. And this thing is really weird. Basically, it's this really weird long snake creature. It's got multiple keyholes, like, lining its body. And that's really strange, initially, you would think. Its head is transparent, and it has Toy Chica without the beak in it, the box, some, like, balls. It's got what looks to be like a pizza or a token or something inside of it, and it's got a key. So this could mean a few different things. So I've seen a lot of people interpret this thing as FNAF 4, especially with the like grandfather clock and Chica, whatever. Another possibility is that this is the missing pieces of the story. Again, with the why is the Toy Chica missing her beak, the box, the grandfather clock. These are all unsolved mysteries within the universe of FNAF. So the boss could definitely be a representation of that. The one that really interests me is that this thing, its name, by the way, which I will reveal right now, is the Dreamgeist. So that's interesting, but I almost wonder if it's a metaphor for dream theory. And if this game is, if this is not, some people think this might be a huge lore clue, but I almost wonder if this weird final boss is not just another weird meta jab at the game. Kind of like the opening cutscene where Scott's like, oh, they're going to be so mad, they're going to kill me if I say Security Breach is delayed again, so why don't I just release a game? So I think this is another weird meta commentary of kind of finally putting to bed the idea of dream theory. Saying, hey, this isn't true, this isn't the case, go beat dream theory. So again, with the tiny toy Chica, the grandfather clock, the box, the keys, and the, alarm clock, all of these details were not just details that were in FNAF 4, but they were details that were used as evidence of dream theory. So, also notice that he's kind of like wisping away, like he's kind of disappearing at the end of his tail like a ghost, like a spirit, or like somebody's faded dream. So that's just something to think about, something to gnaw on. You guys tell me what you think the secret final boss is in the comments below. As far as my thoughts on this game, I think it's really cute. I love that Scott basically just threw together a game because Security Breach was delayed again. I don't mind it being delayed again. I think it's a really good idea for Scott and Steelwool to really reinforce this game and really make sure that it all comes together exactly how it's supposed to. I think this game will be fantastic. I think they have pushed themselves really, really far, and I'm glad. I am extremely glad that Scott did not rush, that Scott and Steelwool did not rush this game, try to get it out like holiday 2020 for just the profits, didn't try to push it. They're not pushing themselves too hard. They're pushing themselves. They're testing their limits, but they're still, if they need to push things back, they need to push things back. A lot of game companies nowadays really just don't follow that principle and are just like, let's crank this out as fast as we can. Let's, it's like, it doesn't work that way. I think this will be a really good game. I think this game was really cute. I love the aesthetic. I love the fact that it's like this beat 'em up game. It's really fun. I kind of hope Scott does more like side projects like this. Like just little fun, barely connected to the lore, just these little side projects like Freddy in Space 2 and Furious Rage. So yeah, those are my thoughts. This is kind of a playthrough / Easter eggs video. Not a lot of theories. I know I said in my community post that there'd be theories. There's not. The biggest theory in this is that what is the final boss? I think it's Dream Theory. I think it's a whole meta jab at trying to put to bed Dream Theory and saying, hey, that's not true. Now, here you can fight and kill Dream Theory. But you guys tell me what you think it is in the comment section down below. The only other theory is just with the voices. It's weird, are the people talking in the trailer still really Freddy or really Monty, or are they completely different characters? Are the voice actors in this game even remotely similar to the ones in the final game? We'll have to wait and see on that. So yeah, that is it, guys, for this video. I hope you enjoyed my playthrough and kind of little discussion of Security Breach Fury's Rage. New FNF video, not FNAF, not to be confused with FNAF, Friday Night Funkin'. New Friday Night Funkin' video coming out tomorrow where I'll be ranking all the songs. And hopefully sometime this month I can get out a video where I'll be ranking mods. And who knows? Maybe I'll be making my own mod with a friend. Who knows? So yeah, that is all I have to say. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Goodbye.